Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode or chapter of RWBY Volume 4. Now, this chapter right here, oh my gosh. I think my heart really wanted to rip itself apart, and I think I was close to shattering, okay? Terrible, terrible times in RWBY. Not like RWBY's horrible, I'm not saying that, but the moments and the stories, shown, oh man, it's breaking my heart. So if anything else, let's just get this started. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, we have to it that this boy, Oscar, decides to take advice from Ozpin himself and decides to leave the farm and go on the journey that Ozpin tells him to go on, And at first, Ozpin says, I'm really sorry that you have to go through this, I didn't really want to, get you into... It looked like Ozpin didn't really want to get him involved, but knowing that Ozpin is now talking to him, his own power possibly, we do get to see that, that things are not going to go the way how we think it will go, And as for the kid who's trying to grab a ticket or something, we see the same guy who's part of Salem's group decide to help him out with it and gives him on some advice. Don't let small obstacles block your path, kid. And Ozpin did warn Oscar to be wary of that man because his strength and power and whatever he is right now, he's not to be undermined or underestimated. And we have to it that John and RWBY tries to find a pharmacy in Kuroyuri, and it looks like to me, this is actually related to Ren and Nora. In this chapter, it is about Ren and Nora most of the time. Throughout at least 80% of the chapter or new episode, it's been about Ren and Nora. You see, Ren is living his own happy life, as a kid, living with his mother, looking at a flower, wants to buy it, and decides to go get something for his father, But eventually he ends up finding Nora, who is a poverty kid, who's trying to grab food and trying to survive, and gets bullied on by 3 boys. And we have to it that Ren's father appeared out of nowhere and tells him what's going on here, that kind of thing. And the boys end up running away, and Nora also runs away when she was a kid. And Ren's father gives advice to Ren, sometimes the worst action to take is never to take action at all, And in some certain cases, that could be very, very true in life situations. Sometimes there are some things that you could do, but you decide not to do it. That is not the good thing to go for. And, we have to it that Jean and RWBY is trying to talk to each other. At first, RWBY really feels, apologizes to Jean, I'm real sorry to drag you, Ren, Nora into this. It's something that I really wish I really didn't want to do. But John says, we didn't get dragged. You encouraged us and asked us to go along with you. And RWBY says, but you wouldn't know about Tyrion and these other people. But John tells RWBY, we lost Pyrrha. You also lost Pyrrha. You lost, that robot girl, which I've forgotten her name, Penny, and her team, everything. You lost a lot of things. And you still came out here because you thought you can make a change. Anyone wants to do something because they can make a change. That's human reaction right there, at least. And we also have to it that we continue Ren's backstory where he does lose his mother and father to Grimm, His mother gets crushed by debris, and then his father encourages Ren to go, but Ren doesn't want to go when he was a kid, But he says, you have to be brave and take action. And Ren was given a knife by his father and says, go, don't look back, while he's holding off the Grimm. And it looks like to me this Grimm is related to the series somehow, But at the same time, I also have some questions here and there about maybe another theory or analysis I'm going to make. But let me continue on with Ren running away from his father, and somehow he ends up activating some of his aura or his power. And then he ends up like seeing Nora right there and tells her we gotta be brave, you know? And by the time, you know, they're safe from the Grimm for now, but at the same time we get to see that the Grimm right there, it looked like that, I believe Ren's father tries to fight off. It seems like to me it has that horse's foot, and it looks like to me it is related to the series. And we have to it that Ren ends up giving Nora a mallet, you know, to be brave. And I guess this is where, like, we get to see, whatchamacallit, how Nora decides to have her huntsman weapon a mallet, you know, that kind of thing. And it seems like to me that's how everything started with Ren and Nora, how they found each other as kids and helped each other out, and why Nora's happy-go-lucky as long as Ren is around, you know, and why she eats a lot or something possibly. But we also have to it that Ren and Nora ends up finding a cave that's blowing wind, not to mention a symbol of Xi'an village. And they ended up like finding a cave full of weapons and possibly some blood. But at the same time, they end up finding a symbol of a horse's foot or Grimm's foot, which is not a good sign right there, because this is where I think like it has a certain connection. It has that same foot again like usual, and it seems like Ren is really concerned while Nora holds his hand and ends up with the roaring scream or something. And I'm thinking in my mind, oh no. So it looks like to me that horse's foot, I will be honest with you, I thought it had a symbol to represent possibly those bandits, possibly. Though at the same time, like, I question about that as well, because if you go to many chapters back about Raven, she mentioned something about the Grimm attacking the village of Xi'an or something, you know, especially when Crow mentioned this to Raven. So it looks like to me Raven might have a possible connection to the Grimm, and she might have led them to that place. I don't know, but whatever the situation is, it's not looking great. And the way how it ended off, along with like that symbolism of what I thought it was a bandit symbol, it's actually a horse's foot track. So it looks like it's a Grimm related, as we saw in Ren's backstory. And we did see the foot, and we didn't see its full body, but we see its foot tracks again, and it's possibly going to the village where Ren and Jean is at, because we did see a village. We did see an image, or I saw an image of a desolated village right there, and it looks like it's going there again. Not a good sign right there, man. Even Ren and Nora are really concerned about it, but Ren is most likely worried and concerned. So that just shows that not a lot of things are gonna go bad. So like I said, a little small thing about Raven, you know, I thought she might have a relation to the Grimm, you know, which she might have led them to the village of Xi'an. She did mention about the Grimm attacking the village of Xi'an, but a lot of things too. You guys remember that meeting with Crow and Raven about the village of Xi'an. So it looks like to me the huntsman didn't mention we got attacked by bandits, but I don't know what the case is exactly, you know. Speaking of which, like I said, it looks like to me we found our true our true antagonist is Salem and Salem's group, but at the same time, a secondary, or should I say another antagonist, is now shown in this episode, and so forth, you know. So it looks like to me it's not gonna just end off there that easily. So yeah, looks like the Grimm that traumatized Ren along with Nora is shown in this episode. So it looks like to me we're gonna have to see that guy possibly in the next chapter or so. So I look forward to that. And of course RWBY with John, you know, it was a nice moment, along with like having to try to like encourage RWBY, like, don't let despair get a hold of you, you know, that kind of thing. So pretty nice chapter. We do get to see Ren and Nora, you know, in the backstory. It's pretty cute, but at the same time tragic and sad. So that's about it, people. For me, I thought the chapter and episode was pretty nice. We get to know about Ren and Nora, thank goodness. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.